Hello again, Gaming World of YouTube, for a video that I did not actually prepare for beyond the image you see on your screen. So, I kind of wanted to do this, which basically what this is kind of a an explanation on some of the stuff concerning Need for Speed Carbon's physics engine that I wish that I had found out years ago. And that is the way that oversteer and understeer works in this game, which is beyond hilarious to me. Because I always thought oversteer helps you turn harder, and it does, but right now this car is stock, so you can get an idea about how this thing turns in. Typical American muscle car, it really wallows. So, when I started tuning in this game, I kind of figured, well, basically go oversteer to help me get around those corners. And I found out recently, like yesterday or so, that I was very wrong to do that. Essentially, the way oversteer and understeer works in this game is if your car slides too much, you tune more for understeer, which you do in real life. But one of the other things, then if you have a car that is turning just fine and can hold a turn without sliding like this thing is doing, then you turn for oversteer, so that way you can hit sharper angles. So now I'm going to go, since I took the upgrades off, I'm going to show you exactly what I used to do before I started trying to take this seriously. And this is not what I did, like, in recent days, like, really recent days. So we're going to get going, like, really fast in a straight line. And this is where the oversteer kind of gets in, and I'm not putting nitrous on this because I don't like nitrous. Grippy tires, which that hasn't changed, and then rear bias, because I thought if I can, with some cases I can slide around corners by kicking the rear end out using that rear bias braking, because the back brakes will lock up. And this is all very accelerate-y, so this will be fun. Of course it cost me nothing because I already bought the upgrades, and yes, I am cheating. So here's with all the upgrades on the old tuning, which has the very strong oversteer type stuff. Now, admittedly, this might not be the best car to test this with, so I can try and test it with other cars later. But, yeah, I don't find this very controllable. It is controllable, but not terribly. The other thing is, this ironically has a higher handling rate than some of the other muscle cars, so I might try this with another car as well, see what happens. But let's go ahead and tune this properly. That is not changing. A little bit more towards understeer on that one. Can't remember what I did here. Like, top speed there. A little bit counterproductive, but still. And then out onto free roam. This feels very planted, so can get very aggressive with this particular setup in this car. And that's what I find hilarious about this. Because it's just that much more controllable. And I don't feel like it's gonna slip out from under me at any given time. I say as I crash into a minivan. I still think this is better. A lot better. Anyways, that's that for that car. And let's try it on a different car, of which I have another. So this one's also tuned for pretty much the same thing, so I'm going to go put that back stock. No nitrous, because nitrous sucks. And there we go. Dropped a bunch of performance stats, and this car rolls like yeah, it did not like that. So yeah, this vehicle is not overly happy with what I am trying to do with it, which is pretty typical of a muscle car. Though admittedly, this is a pony. So yeah, let's go throw the old tune on there. So very high torque percentages. I don't know how you get a more accelerating transmission because it's not logically possible. Well, unless you've got an extra gear in there, which it does, so yeah. And then supercharger, which is hilarious because a carbureted car should have the supercharger sticking out of it. So, and that's kind of what this has. So let's go to free roam. Now this is the, and this thing's gonna just, and this thing is going to move. That's actually not too bad. We'll see what happens if you throw the understeer on it. Right, now time for a more understeery setup. Actually, this time I'm going to leave the all of the engine and transmission stuff where it is. You know what? I want that to be a little more front biased. That doesn't change. That changes. A little bit more understeery, and that's good. Okay, so we have our rocket ship of a setup. Let's see what it does. That does actually feel a bit more aggressive. Yeah, it is actually more controllable this way. I say that as I slam into 2 walls in an S-bend. Man, this game has some good engine audio. Yeah, so that's that setup and what it does on that particular car. Now another thing I want to try is if I go back to my Challenger, if I go here and let's see, how far will that understeer suspension go if I throw on some less grippy tires? Because that is a factor. Oh. Gotta make sure I get that. So let's go for it. Less grippy tires. That. Interesting. It did not like that at all. So let's go back to customization. We're going to go take everything off. And we are going to try a couple different things. So, first off, we're going to, let's see, let's go throw those brakes back on, and just so we have stopping power to be aggressive, and throw a little bit of engine stuff on there, and that's it. But if we start with the, so let's just get an idea about how this feels first. No. And so this should be pretty bad as far as handling goes. Yeah, those old vintage tires are terrible. Yeah, so that's everything stock. Now let's go into customization, and while it's like this, we're just going to throw on the grippy tires. And after we do that, we are then going to try and see what helps. And the grippy tires alone help out a lot. So that's actually really helpful. Can't quite get aggressive with it though. This is I totally didn't see that I was drifting there. So the grippy tires help. So let's go take the grippy tires off now. And let's go drop on the suspension setup we like. So I'm going to tune that a bit more for understeer because we don't have those tires. And then we are going to go into free roam and try that out. See, here it feels a bit more planted. The lack of grip is a little bit annoying, but otherwise it's a bit more controllable. Alright, now let's throw the let's throw those tires on. Right, grippy tires. And of course, go into free roam with our kind of stock, kind of not stock vehicle. Let's see how this works. Now, since the suspension is actually tuned more to understeer right now, it doesn't feel as wavy. But it's definitely controllable. Get out of the way! So here's another experiment I'm going to try. See, that's all pro stuff, but what about intermediate stuff? So same car, we're going to take the tires and put on the street package tires, which are the level 1 upgrades, I should say. And we do the same thing with suspension, which this will actually cost money. I'm going to leave all of that the same. Well, that one I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. But other than that, all we have is the Pro Package engine, and we are pretty much good. So then, let's go into free roam and try this out. See what happens. It does feel pretty wavy and loose, which you might actually be able to remedy in the game using the tuning. Okay, so let's go back to the safe house and try tuning a bit more for understeer, because that's what it looks like just happened was oversteer. So let's throw that in there and see how much that helps. Feels a lot better. Like, this actually feels controllable. Pretty close to as controllable as it is with the Stage 2 upgrades. But the question is, does this apply to other cars? Lost it there for a second, but that's kind of to be expected. So I have two other muscle cars. So we have the GT500, and then we've got our secondary stage one, which is the 300C. So let's go with the 300C first, which this is the car that I used in my other video, totally gunning it. So let's go ahead. We're gonna leave all of the all of those options pretty much standard, but as a test run, we're going to go ahead and put the stock suspension and stock tires on it. And let's leave the brakes where they are. So, 300C heresy. This is somehow the fastest car. Oh goodness. Yeah, we need those tires. This is literally the most powerful car at all of Tier 1. Because the Hemi 5.7 in this thing, out of the box, makes 425 horsepower. And before you even upgrade the engine, if you supercharge it, you're already up like, what, 600 horsepower? Because 350 CI is no joke. So this thing probably has a whole lot of power. So then we're going to go to customization. We're going to go to performance again. We're going to put the street package tires on, as well as the street package suspension, and we're going to set that again for understeer. And that's all Tier 1, and that's all Level 1 stuff. Now, in fact, I'm actually going to go further and put the Level 1 brakes on here as well, and make those a bit more front bias, because they're not the best. And that front bias, and the reason I always do the front bias on the brakes is because the weight shifts to the front whenever you hit them. So no, it doesn't feel as controllable as it did. Okay, that needs more understeer. Let's go to the suspension again. That's almost complete understeer tuning. And that feels better. It doesn't feel as jolty. There we go. Huh, so the Stage 1 tuning is actually pretty good for this. This is actually not bad. This is pretty good. Huh. Okay, so one more time, but we're going to do with a different car. Obviously not the other stuff. Mainly with muscle cars because they don't handle well to begin with because they're muscle cars. They're not supposed to. So try this. And actually, I can't do street package in this car at all. So this is not the best example. So we're going to go with a bit more understeer there. Throw on the grippy tires and the lower end brakes. And we're going to muscle car the heck out of this thing. I guess I already muscle carred the heck out of this thing. Alright, so see how that handles. Could stand a bit more understeer. So let's go in there, performance-wise, suspension, because we got that stage 1, so try that. Okay, if I go to free roam and try this out, let's see how it does. Wow. Let's see if we can shift some weight around. Now that thing is just gripping as heck. It's a little bouncy. And that is top speed. So you get to listen to me banging the rev limiter the entire time. Or flip it. One of the two. But after that, we pretty much have. So yeah, we've pretty much figured that out. Okay, so let's go ahead and take all the suspension stuff off. Wait. Now let's just go burn the heck out of this thing. So let's put on the standard brakes that I've been using. Here. There, and we'll finish off with some nice Australian-style burnouts. Let's see how this goes, because this is going to be a nightmare. I need to put a vinyl on this thing that says Dragula. I bet you everyone behind me is like, dude, just stop. This is in no way practical at all for this game, though admittedly I am finding it crazy fun. So let's see if I can find a good angle at the time. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this completely asinine little test thing I just did. Otherwise, if anyone has feedback on the vinyls that I was using for the screen, I would appreciate such feedback, because it's all test at the moment. I just want a consistent screen size, and that's kind of how I'm trying to get it, so since it records at different resolutions and such, just because my computer's old. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good day, guys.